If you be made the master of a feast, lift not yourself up, but be among them as one of the rest. Take diligent care for them, and so sit down. When you have done all your office, take your place, that you may be merry with them, and receive a crown for your well-ordering of the feast. Speak, you that are a elder, for it becomes you, but with sound judgment, and hinder not music. Pour not out words where there is a musician, and show not forth wisdom out of time. A concert of music and a banquet of wine is as a signet of carbuncle set in gold. As a signet of an emerald set in a work of gold, so is the melody of music with pleasant wine. Speak, young man, if there be need of you, and yet scarcely when you are asked twice. Let your speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knows, and yet holds his tongue. If you be among great men, make not yourself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. Before the thunder goes lightning, and before a shamefaced man will go favor. Rise up betimes, and be not the last, but get home without delay. There take your pastime, and do what you will, but sin not by proud speech. And for these things bless him that made you, and has replenished you with his good things. Whoso fears the Lord will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early will find favor. He that seeks the law will be filled therewith, but the hypocrite will be offended thereat. They that fear the Lord will find judgment, and will kindle justice as a light. A sinful man will not be reproved, but finds an excuse according to his will. A man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, even when of himself he is done without counsel. Do nothing without advice, and when you have once done, repent not. Go not in a way where you may fall, and stumble not among stones. Be not confident in a plain way, and beware of your own children. In every good work trust your own soul, for this is the keeping of the commandments. He that believes in the Lord takes heed to the commandments, and he that trusts in him will never fare the worse. There will no evil happen to him that fears the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. A wise man hates not the law, but he that is a hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm. A man of understanding trusts in the law, and the law is faithful to him, as an oracle. Prepare what to say, and so you will be heard, and bind up instruction, and then make answer. The heart of the foolish is like a cartwheel, and his thoughts are like a rolling axle-tree. A stallion horse is as a mocking friend. He neighs under every one that sits upon him. Why does one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them has he made high days, and hallowed them, and some of them he has made ordinary days. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord has divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them he has blessed and exalted, and some of them he has sanctified, and set himself near. But some of them he has cursed and brought low, and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as he likes him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner. and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another. I awaked up last of all, as one that gathers after the grape gatherers. By the blessing of the Lord I profited, and tread my winepress like a gatherer of grapes. Consider that I labored not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning. Hear me, O you great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, you rulers of the congregation. Give not your son and wife, your brother and friend, power over you while you live, and give not your goods to another, lest it repent you, and you entreat for the same again. As long as you live and have breath in you, give not yourself over to any, for better it is that your children should seek to you, than that you should stand to their courtesy. In all your works keep to yourself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in your honor. At the time when you will end your days and finish your life, distribute your inheritance. Fodder, a wand, and burdens are for the ass, and bread, correction, and work for a servant. If you set your servant to labor, you will find rest. But if you let him go idle, he will seek liberty. A yoke and a collar do bow the neck, so are tortures and torments for an evil servant. Send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teaches much evil. Set him to work, as is fit for him, and if he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters. Be not excessive toward any, and without discretion do nothing. If you have a servant, let him be to you as yourself, because you have bought him with a price. If you have a servant, entreat him as a brother, for you have need of him. As of your soul, if you entreat him evil, and he run from you, what way will you go to seek him? The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regards dreams is like him that catches at a shadow, and follows after the wind. The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face. Of an unclean thing what can be cleansed? And from that thing that is false, what truth can come? Divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, and the heart fancies, as a woman's heart in travail. If they be not sent from the Most High in your visitation, set not your heart upon them. For dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. The law will be found perfect without lies, and wisdom is perfection to a faithful mouth. A man that has traveled knows many things, and he that has experience will declare wisdom. He that has no experience knows little, but he that has traveled is full of prudence. When I traveled, I saw many things, and I understand more than I can express. I was oftentimes in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. The spirit of those that fear the Lord will live, for their hope is in him that saves them. Whoso fears the Lord will not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that fears the Lord. To whom does he look, and who is his strength? For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling. He raises up the soul, and lightens the eyes. He gives health, and life, and blessing. He that sacrifices of a thing wrongfully gotten, his offering is ridiculous, and the gifts of unjust men are not accepted. The Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sin by the multitude of sacrifices. Whoso brings an offering of the goods of the poor does as one that kills the son before his father's eyes. The bread of the needy is their life, He that defrauds him thereof is a man of blood. He that takes away his neighbor's living slays him, and he that defrauds the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. When one builds, and another pulls down, what profit have they then but labor? When one prays, and another curses, whose voice will the Lord hear? He that washes himself after touching a dead body, if he touch it again, what avails his washing? So is it with a man that fasts for his sins, and goes again, and does the same. Who will hear his prayer? And what does his humbling profit him?